3.
Good morning, everybody. It's time for morning coffee with Sandye Sunshine.
Woo! Watermelon man. Watermelon man. Watermelon man. I love props. Don't you love props? And especially today because it's Watermelon Day. Yeah. I mean, what better time in the night than in the summer?
That's right, middle of summer, watermelon time.
I mean, come on, who can resist when you slice it? Do you remember last week what happened?
What?
When I bought the watermelon that I didn't realize was what it was?
Oh, it's a different color.
Do you guys know there's such a thing as a yellow watermelon?
Yellow on the inside.
Yeah, yellow on the inside, no seeds, and sweeter than a red watermelon. Who knew? I didn't know. I bought it by accident. I thought I made a mistake or it was bad or something because it was all yellow on the inside. Tasted awesome. Don't always have them at the store. Although I have to be honest, they had them when I bought this one yesterday, and I passed on it.
Yellow just doesn't taste as good as red.
It was just weird. It's a llama kind of day. I told you I think that my daughter for a while went to school up in Petaluma, California. And there was a place up there where the big sign on the road said Petaluma in Petaluma. It was a llama farm. I mean, for me, that would be like total heaven, right? I love llamas. I know they spit. I know alpacas are cleaner and cuter, and I love llamas. I mean, alpacas are wonderful, but it's just something about a llama. What can I say? So I'm not having my MRI today to find out, why I'm hurting. They had to cancel it because they didn't have a technician available. And they postponed it for 2 whole more weeks. I know. I want to get back to tennis and I can't play because I hurt. But there was this sitting in my closet, and I picked it up, and it's cedar wood. I don't know if you remember, but my niece, I bought all these essential oils, and I'm trying to learn what each one is for. This was in my closet. I couldn't figure out why. I looked it up, and it's for, among other things, arthritis pain. You put a little drop where you're hurting. It's worth trying, right? I mean, I'm trying everything else. Okay, next thing, voodoo dolls, right? All right, give me a break.
Smells good. I love the smell of cedar.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely smell. It's a lovely smell.
Keeps the moths away from your sweaters, too.
Really? Oh, like a cedar chest,
Exactly.
or cedar balls, or
Yeah.
the cedar wood that you hang up. See, that didn't even occur to me.
So if your arthritis is caused by moths nibbling on your bones, then you're in good shape.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So what's going on today? Well, let's see. First of all, I have a funny story to share with you. When I was in Chicago and I was helping my darling Auntie Lou move from her big condo into her little apartment at the home, she has so much stuff. And, partly begrudgingly and partly I just can't deal with all this aggravation. She just said, just let go of everything. I don't want anything. Just get rid of all of it. And I went there a few days while I was there and packed some stuff up, and her children and her grandchildren were helping pack stuff up, but it was going so slowly. And while I was there, I had some friends come over. We had some Chicago pizza and we hung out because I was already there packing and it was closer to where they lived. And they saw a painting on the wall and said, "Oh, we know that artist. We have one of her paintings in our house. It's beautiful." And I mentioned to my aunt last week that my friend had seen a painting she really liked. And my aunt called me yesterday and said, "This is ridiculous. Will you please just give it to her? Tell her to call me and I'll get her a key and she can just come take it." I said, "I don't think they have room for it." She said, "Well, tell him to move something else and make room for it." I said, "Okay." So I called her, I told her that, and she laughed and she said, "Oh, we'd love to have it. It's a pretty expensive painting. I think I should let you know that." Anyway, they spoke and they made plans. And then last night, my aunt called me and she said, "This is so embarrassing." Her daughter-in-law had already given the painting to Salvation Army. I said, that expensive painting, she just took it with the old pots and pans. She said, yeah, maybe she can go down and get it back from there. I said, yeah, she could buy it for $20 because they're not going to realize what they had. Anyway, I had to call and say, I'm sorry, you can't have the painting.
Oh.
I know, wasn't that sad?
Mm.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. But if you're in the Chicago area and you go shopping, it's, you know what? It's why it's always a good idea to check out the thrift stores, right? Isn't that? I mean, come on, you never know when you're going to get like $1,000 painting for $20. Just saying. Just saying.
Who's the artist?
I don't remember the name.
Oh,
Dang
look
it.
up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Marita. I honestly, I don't remember the name. And then I saw pictures posted. That's hard to say. I saw pictures posted on pretty pictures posted.
Are they petite?
Pretty, not petite. Pretty powerful pictures posted.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, on Facebook last night, of my son-in-law and my grandson. They're on a father-son bonding trip, driving up the coast of California, stopping everywhere, doing everything. And it's kind of cool. And I thought, my idea of a bonding trip was with my dad. He used to say, all right, get in the car, we're going to the Braves game. And that only happened when he was angry at my mother. If he and my mother had a fight, my father took me to go to the baseball game one state over. I don't know. And we go to Milwaukee. Yeah. You know what beer made Milwaukee famous?
Ooh, boy, and it wasn't Hams. What beer? The Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Was it Schlitz?
Schlitz, huh?
Schlitz, the beer that made Milwaukee famous? I don't know. We got to check that out.
I'm not sure I knew that.
I don't think I'm getting any messages from you today. Come on, people. If you're out there, say hi. Let me know you're out there. I love to chat with you.
You're right. It's Schlitz.
Schlitz, the beer that made Milwaukee famous.
It's just Milwaukee forgot to make Schlitz famous.
I guess. Well, I think for a while it was pretty famous.
Yeah.
Well known. It's airplane crop duster day. So get out your airplane and start dusting those crops. You know what made me think of right away? It made me think of Sky King. Did you watch Sky King growing up? Yeah. Do you remember what his daughter's name was? Well, I'll give you a hint. It wasn't Nickel.
Oh, Dime?
No. Her name was Penny. I always liked Penny. I wanted to be like Penny when I grew up. What else? Let's see. It's clean your floors day. Really? We have 3 dogs. Our floors need to be cleaned every 30 seconds. Yeah. I mean, like literally, it could be a full-time job if that's, if you were needing a full-time job. But I don't think it pays very well.
Just the satisfaction of clean floors.
Yes, just the satisfaction. It is Esther Day. And I wasn't sure what that was, so I looked it up. And it's really kind of a beautiful, cool thing. There's an author whose name I don't remember now, who came across this teenage girl, Esther. Hey, we talked about that like a week or two ago. Did you know that Nabisco, Nabisco,
The National Biscuit Company?
right, are the initials for National Biscuit Company? Most people didn't know that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to find that out.
Was it you when I asked why is it they call Arby's Arby's?
You did ask me, and I don't remember now. Oh, but it's like that, isn't it?
Well, in a way, yeah. Why do you think they call that roast beef sandwich place Arby's?
Well, I'm going to guess now that it has to be based on what just happened, that there must be an R and a B in initials.
What's the name of the place again?
RB.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the founder was something whose initials.
It's just RB stands for roast beef. Arby's.
Beef. I didn't get that. RB roast beef. Arby's. Yeah. Okay. I did not get that until just now. And yes, you did tell me that before. Okay. I just had this like.
Sky King told us about that.
Look, I've dressed up my watermelon. Sky King. Okay, Sky King. Anyway, this Esther Day thing, the sweetness of it, it was a teenage girl who was dying of cancer. And this guy asked her, how would you like to be remembered? And she said, well, I would like to be remembered with love for family and friends. So they started Esther Day, and that's today. And it's a day just to love your family and friends. Pretty nice, huh? Bailey, you're getting in trouble again today. I can tell by that waggy tail. Look at that dog. Seriously, it looks like a toy. He pops into my bed at about 4:30 in the morning, pretty much every morning now. Since Indy and I started letting him up on the bed, might have been a mistake. He knows how to just jump right up from bench to bed, and he does that mound. So he doesn't just like wake me up with a snuggle. He like basically jumps on me to wake me up. Not quite the same as a squish. It's more like yeah. It's like, whoa, okay, I'm awake. Good morning, Bailey. How are you? Hi, Bales. Hi, Bales. How are you, my little fella? Yeah, waggy tail. I already told you it's National Watermelon Day. So go grab your watermelon. And it says, grab some nuts day. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that. I'm not. Let's see.
We got some almonds, I think.
Yeah, I bet we do.
Cashew.
Cashew yourself. Yeah. Happy birthday wishes. Ready? John Scopes. That was the Scopes trial. Remember the monkey trial? He was on trial for saying that man descended from apes. And that was like this shocking, horrible thing to say back in those days. Also, Leon Uris. He was a novelist. He wrote Exodus. What a great, great book. And the movie, do you remember it? With Paul Newman and Sal Mineo and yeah, it was awesome. Exodus. Hey, Tony Bennett's birthday. Well, yeah. He played here at the local casino once a year, every year. So I saw him every year when he was here. And it constantly amazed me that he was like grandpa age, and he sang like he was a teenager. Man, talk about a guy who loved his work. And you know what I say? If it feels like work, you're in the wrong business. I should do that for word art. Feels like work. Let me write that down. If it feels like work. Okay, that's going to be some, be looking for that because that's one of my favorite sayings. I say it all the time. Martha Stewart's birthday. I never got on that train. Just couldn't. My friend Carol back in Palos Verdes, she could out Martha Stewart. Yeah. I mean, going to her house, which was perfect in every way. She was so, she would invite you over for lunch and you would feel like you just visited the queen or you were the queen and somebody had prepared a meal just for you. It was just such a joy to go visit her. A little intimidating, I'm not going to lie. In all the years I knew her, I never had her over.
Didn't Martha Stewart go to jail for being too tidy?
I think so. She went to jail for. No, it was actually insider training.
Good recipes.
Hey, she's good at a lot of things. I'm not knocking her. It's just like, wow, you set the bar so high.
I told you a story about the guy that told me about bean pies. This is something that black people in LA, followers of Elijah Muhammad, would make instead of sweet potato pie because it's healthier.
Right.
And the guy told me, you better be careful. You shouldn't make them because you'd be really offending Muhammad and so forth. So I got online and looked for recipes to make a bean pie.
Right.
And I found a recipe by Martha Stewart. And I knew she was white enough that it would be okay to make a bean pie from her recipe.
I do remember when you made bean pies because if you remember, I went out and found you little size pans because bean pies are supposed to be made in little pans and they were hard to find. But we got some bean pies.
Like pot pies.
Yes, she was definitely white enough. She is definitely white. No question. Happy birthday to Jay North. Do you remember who Jay North is? Do you remember Jay North?
No.
Dennis the Menace.
Was the creator or?
No, he's the kid.
He was the kid that played.
Yeah, he was the kid who played Dennis the Menace. I have a brother named Dennis. And so we used to tease him, but he wasn't the Menace. No, my little brother Robbie was Dennis the Menace in our house. Even though Dennis wasn't a menace, Robbie was a menace. Got that? Okay. And Martin Sheen. If you want to get totally confused in Hollywood, there's Martin Sheen, there's Charlie Sheen, his son, and I think they look a lot alike. Although Charlie Sheen was that like the Rat Pack of Kids generation, like Breakfast Club and stuff like that. But little known fact, Emilio Estevez, that gorgeous hunk of actor, is also a son of Martin Sheen, whose real name really was Estevez with a whole lot of other names in front of it. And he became Martin Sheen because it fit in Hollywood better.
Dennis and Menace theme song.
Dennis the Menace. Hey, you know what? It wasn't just the TV show. It was the cartoon, right? I mean, it started with the cartoon. Then it became a TV show with with Jay North. And then movies. I kind of think the whole Home Alone thing came out of Dennis the Menace. That's just my theory, but, I'm going with it. Hey, Olympics news. Did you hear that Simone Biles jumped back in the mats yesterday and she actually won a bronze medal?
Really?
Yeah, she did.
On the balance beam?
On the balance beam. She jumped back in last night, literally. And you know what? That should tell all of us, it should be a wonderful reminder that your personal well-being is really important. And that if you take a little rest, you can get back on the beam, so to speak. Yeah. Good for her. I'm really proud of her. What's the name of that little girl we watched last night, Indy? Do you remember the one I said who always looked so unhappy?
Oh, yeah. Who won the...
She won a gold.
Yeah.
She won the gold on the floor, right? On the gymnastics on the floor. Okay, what have we got now? Oh, the Olympic gold. Yes. There was a young lady last night who really screwed up on her routine like the night before. And when she got up to do her routine yesterday, honestly, she looked like she was ready to lose again. And then at the last second, you could see it happen. She just kind of went like this. And then she did her thing and she got a gold. Yeah.
The thrill of victory.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I know, Ginny, you said you don't watch the Olympics. And Stephen, you said you don't watch the Olympics. I don't know how you guys can miss it.
Do you have comments on today?
I don't see any comments on today.
Oh, I don't have them up either.
That's all right. You guys can comment to me later. Here's the thing. The Olympics are so inspiring in so many ways. These are people who have worked and worked and worked for a goal. Now, it might not be the most important goal in your life, but it was in theirs. So give it to them. They did it. They did it. They got to the Olympics. And even if you don't win a gold, to be able to say, I competed in the Olympics. I was one of the best in the world at something. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, pretty amazing. This is the day that Columbus set sail. Do you remember the names of his boats? Every kid learns that in third grade?
There was St. Mary.
No.
The Pinto Bean. And Nina Simone, I think, that was named after her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was it. That was the big three. Uh-huh. What else? Oh, it's so apropos for the Olympics. This was the anniversary of the day that Mary Lou Retton. Do you remember Mary Lou Retton?
Remember the name.
She was so cute. Oh my God, everybody wanted to be Mary Lou Retton. She was the first American woman to win a gold medal in gymnastics. That was back in 1984.
The first woman, American woman.
American woman to win a gold medal in the gymnastics. Yeah.
Bailey, no.
Bailey. And Jesse Owens.
Bailey.
Boy, he set all kinds of Olympic records for us. Yeah. Remember a couple of days ago, I told you that it was the opening of the Beatles at the Cavern Club in Liverpool. They were the house band. Yeah. Well, today was their closing, but they spent 3 years as the house band at this little club, the Cavern Club in Liverpool. I got a little Liverpool story.
That's how they got good.
I guess they got better. Yeah, they got better, so they got to leave. And leaving Liverpool seems like a great idea much of the time. I remember being with husband, and we were in Liverpool, and we had a fight because sometimes couples don't get along, you know? And he got really angry, really angry. And, you know, sometimes you just want to go, ah! And he didn't want to hit me, but he wanted to hit something because he was so frustrated. So he punched the window of the car and he put his fist through the window of the car. Seriously, glass everywhere, glass everywhere. And the car was already a mess because I'd been driving and, you know, drive on the opposite side in England as in America. So if you're watching from England, I get it. I kept driving into ditches because I just couldn't figure out how to, you know, like it just didn't work for me. I didn't like it. And I kept driving into ditches. So the car was filthy. And now it had a window punched out. But here's an idea of what Liverpool was like back then. You ready, Indy?
Yeah.
When we took the rental car back, assuming that they were going to charge us a fortune, they looked at us, swear to God, they looked at us and said, "Did you go to Liverpool?" Honestly, and charged us nothing. Apparently, that stuff happens in Liverpool. Not a really safe place back then. Oh my goodness, look at this, guys. Hang on. The Beatles in the Cavern.
In Liverpool.
In Liverpool. No windows have been broken to produce this video. Arguably the best band ever in the history of ever. I'm a big fan. What can I tell you? I'm a fan. But in 1960 something or other, this is the day that the Beach Boys came out with Surfer Girl. Can you bring me that one?
That was in 1962
Little,
right there.
that was 62, 60. Oh, I didn't realize that the Beach Boys were like that far ahead of the Beatles in terms of producing. I mean, I knew they were contemporaries, but
What'd you ask about Beach Boys?
what?
Beach Boys what?
I'm going to sing it. You don't have to bring it.
Oh, what is-
Little surfer, little one. Remember Surfer Girl? It was like constant. I grew up in LA. So it was always, what do you like? You like the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, or the Beach Boys? You had to pick one? Why? We had like the best music in the world. Yeah. And back in... This just makes me feel like I should be sitting in the sand, getting sand between my toes and in my crotch, getting a sunburn, swallowing salt water. Okay, I like the Beach Boys. I do not really like the beach very much, just to walk on and look at, right? Yeah. All undone. Do you love me? Do you, surfer girl, surfer girl? All right, we're going to move on to what's coming tomorrow. Now, I promised you this about a week and a half ago, and I'm going to keep my promise. Tomorrow is Wednesday. And I know on the What Do I Say, What Do I Do site, we do not allow advertising. We don't allow anything but like good news, right? But tomorrow, it occurred to me there are 1,000 people in our group, over 1,000 people, like 1,010 or something like that. And it occurred to me that if you have a small business that you want to push, why not push it to people that already are like-minded? Yeah. So tomorrow only, if you submit a post, I promise you, unless it's like totally off the charts, not okay. I am going to let people do advertising tomorrow. I'm calling it Wacky What's Your Work Wednesday. Okay, Wacky What's Your Work Wednesday. And I want you can put in a picture, you can put in a post, you can ask the people in the group to support your business. So what's your business, right? Blast your biz tomorrow. I will put a message up as well. Tomorrow is Blast Your Biz Day. You can reach 1,000 people, just like that. And if you have a way to tie it into what do I say, what do I do? That's great too. I will approve it. The word art today is based on what I said last week about happiness being the best revenge. So today it says, don't get even, get happy. Yeah, just get happy. Because when you feel good, trust me, the people who don't like you are not going to be happy. Okay, so you're not doing it for that reason, okay? You're doing it to spread sunshine all over the place. Put on a happy face. Okay, be happy. Don't get even, get happy. Just so you have a heads up, tomorrow's word art is about the common good. Got that? Tomorrow's word art is about the common good, and you might want to use that in whatever you post about your work. Yeah. So how can we support you? Tomorrow is Support Your Buddies and What They Do for a Living Day. Yeah. All right, Indy. We're signing off for today.
Is that right?
Yeah, you got to get to work. You've got patients who need you.
Well, there is a sort.
He's a very patient man. That's what I can tell you. So, Indy, got your cup?
Got my cup.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
A sip.
And a smile. Off we go.
And a smile. And off we go. We will see you tomorrow on What's Your Biz Wednesday. Yeah. See ya. Bye-bye.
Come on, people now. Smile on your brother.
Everybody.